Good evening, televiewers. You're welcome to Prime Hour on My Media Prime. This evening, we are going to be looking at what happened in Buea yesterday. A commotion as explosion leaves more than 10 students injured. We're going to be discussing on what may have happened in Buea and also looking at the motives behind that explosion. We also are going to be looking at network marketing. It's the second part of the program. There is a company that says they want to do network marketing simpler and more profitable. We're going to be having them here. Tell us what they have in store for Cameroonians. But in the studio with us, we have Akwen Nadieh. She is the president for the youth of the UPC party, also the spokesperson for that party. Good evening, welcome, Nadieh.
Good evening to you, Mr. Kum. Good evening to my co-panelists. Good evening to all the televiewers of this prestigious platform. Good evening to all Cameroonians who are watching from far and near. A special greetings to all the militants of the UPC and specifically to the GDC, to whom I represent as their national president. Actually, I'm also the spokesperson of the party. You know, Mr. Kum, we just opened our next parliamentary session that began yesterday. 11th of November 2021. And you know, what really attracted me to this parliamentary session of November was the fact that they are trying to talk about the state budget of 2022. I have just a message to all our MPs, because we call them MPs of the nation. And actually, the state budget that will be allocated should be evenly distributed, because, you know, we are having a country where when Yaoundé breathes, the whole of Cameroon is fine. They usually say when Yaoundé breathes, the whole of Cameroon catches cold. So I want to plead that the allocation of state budget should be even and perhaps should be objective. When I talk about being objective, I talk about, you know, we are having the Nozo crisis, which is a zone that is being rebuilt. We're having a lot of infrastructures there that are supposed to, you know, be rebuilt. So I believe that the state budget of 2022 should be objective. And we should know that the Northwest and Southwest needs a lot of money to be rebuilt, because they're saying reconstruction cannot be said only verbally. We need the implementation and we need the money. Without taking much time, I wanted to congratulate you. We know Cameroon has had its first kidney transplant that took place in Yaoundé. That was yesterday. And we had a lot of doctors who were applauded. And there is something I wanted to call to the attention of Cameroon and perhaps the Minister of Health. You know, it is very important for us to have such, you know, innovations happening in the country, meaning that we're already having skilled and trained doctors in our country. The only issue is, you know, most of these things will only end in Yaoundé, forgetting that we have 10 regions, and all the good things that are supposed to come out from Cameroon, we are supposed to benefit from all the other 10 regions. The most touching part about the issue is, you know, when you go to the northern regions of Cameroon, you will notice that there are no health infrastructures in the northern regions. I saw a video of a woman who still gives birth on bamboo bed. Yet we have trained, you know, doctors that could do a kidney transplant. So I really think that when there is something that is good and there is involvement in our, you know, our health and our trained doctors, it should be evenly distributed. They should look to the other regions and not only keep this, you know, this gift only in Yaoundé. We all need those doctors, and not only that, when you need a kidney transplant, you should fly to Yaoundé, because when going to Yaoundé, you might die on the road. Yeah, you might die on the road. There are doctors that birth.
Akwen.
Mr. Kum.
Before now, we were flying out to India now.
We were flying out to India, but Mr. Kum, you cannot go to a village like Kwakwa. Somebody needs a kidney transplant immediately, and there is no time. The person might die. So why not the Minister of Health try to send some of these trained doctors so that
to Kwakwa?
Yes, to our villages. Don't we deserve them? Or you think that this, you know, these trained doctors that could carry out a kidney transplant should end only in Yaoundé? I appreciated it. That's what I said, that it's something very good. You know, that's the first kidney transplant we've had in Cameroon. And it is in Yaoundé. So I call upon the Minister of Health to be able to send these trained doctors to all the other regions, because we need them, especially in the north, southwest, and northwest. We need them.
Okay. We're also in the company of Tamai, Javis. Good evening, welcome.
Good evening, yo. Good evening to Akwen. Good evening to those who are watching us in my village, that is in Buea village, and of course, good evening to Yaoundé, good evening Bamenda, good evening Douala.
Yes, first, you are reading of what happened in Buea yesterday.
is sad, and is something that we must condemn in the strongest of terms, and is against all the norms and values that we claim we are fighting for, regardless of wherever we stand. You know, it is also against the same international rights that we are advocating for, and also against what the third party that we are advocating for will come and preach. You know, is against all form, because if you look at the Geneva Convention in 1949, and also which a protocol was established in 1977, and under that protocol, Rule 5 and Rule 9, to be more precise, talk about war crimes and attack on schools, civilian churches, and areas that have been marked as refugee centers in times of conflict. And we are quite aware that all conflicts, especially with the one that we have in the northwest and southwest region, is those who claim they are advocating for a restoration, they are bent on respecting international laws and convention. But it's sad to see that actions are taken contrary to what they claim they are fighting for. Because in that same convention, it says that an attack of a school, a church, a civilian who is not concerned with the war is a war crime and a crime against humanity. And let me leave aside the internationalization. Let me come to even the nationalization. If we look at what happened in UB, I ask a simple question. Who is not related to who in the southwest region? You may be carrying out an action. Did you care to ask if your brother, your relative, your sister, your brother's children, your uncle's children are in that same area that you want to? These are questions we should ask ourselves very well before carrying out some actions. Who are those? Those who are there are not people who have been imported from Yaoundé, Douala. They are people who are from Monya, Bomaka, Mai 16, Ekona, Kwakwa. Those who cannot, you know, want to go far away from their region of origin. And these are the same people we claim we are protecting or we are fighting for. And we ask this question of what interest will it, will it give us if we attack these people? We are instead bleeding ourselves. We are instead destroying the reputation that we claim. I remember we stood on your plateau 4 months ago talking about Akonolinga Annex and talking about the fact that we are against the moving of an annex campus in Yaoundé, and we were very hard on it that it is something that should not be tolerated, that instead the University of Buea should be established and expanded within the southwest region. But if you look at actions like this, it comes to ask us a simple question: what do we really want as Anglophones? Do we want that the pride of the Anglophones, which is the University of Buea, should be taken away and sent to Yaoundé? Who then are we going to blame? We say we don't want school, and the people in Akonolinga says they want school, and those of us who are fighting that University of Buea should be to maintain its place in Buea, you are there attacking the university. And what message are you sending? So, Mr. Leo, it's socially, it has a great effect on the mind of the people. The effect is that we all are related to each other in one or two ways. You will bear with me, Akwen, that sometimes you go to a funeral of a friend and you realize that somehow you have somebody that relates to that compound that you never had an idea. And at the end of the day, I've gone to funerals where I discovered that, hey, I am related to these people somehow. And we are all family. I think that we should keep away attacking institutions. Look, like even what happened in Buea, where a taxi driver, an IED was used on the taxi driver. Did you ask yourself simple question? Who is he? He could be a neighbor. He could be the husband to your sister, your nephew.
Where is he coming from?
Where is he coming from? So all these questions, we don't ask ourselves. We just destroy. And when we destroy, who are those that we are going to govern? Who are those who are going to sit and celebrate? Who are those who are we are going to sit as a family and say, yes, this is it? I ask myself this question, and it bleeds me to see that we are attacking our own self. Their taxi driver, those kids from the country, and also equally come to the Douala and the rest. But those are people hard and. See, I don't know as I can equate this, but it's sad. It's sad to see that the lone citadel of learning, a revered institution like the University of Buea, we go and attack it. We can keep away this attack from the university. We can also keep away an attack of civilian population. Remember that same Geneva Convention says a person lost his or her civilian status if that person starts making contribution to military actions. Those people in the University of Buea, they are not making any contribution to military action. They are there to learn. There is nothing you will tell me are taking the war to them. What contribution are they doing to a military action that you tell me that they are no longer civilians? There's nothing. They are there just to study. And at that time, article says you only stop being a civilian if you contribute to a military action. A man in the church, a taxi driver who carries his person from one place to another, you attack this taxi driver. How is that taxi driver contributing to a military action or aiding and abetting?
I don't know. How did you people receive the explosive from the University of Buea at the level of the UPC party?
You know, Mr. Kum, you know, the UPC is a party that promotes unity and peace, one. You know, the attack on schools is really pathetic. You know, no one can receive this news in a joyous mode. But I wouldn't I will not go to the same perspective with Javis, because, you know, when a crime is being committed, we need what we call investigations before we can, you know, say this person is guilty or not. But listening to him, he already threw the blame to one party, which to me is very wrong. Because you cannot say that perhaps the Ambazonians or the separatist fighters were the ones that implanted the bomb in the university and this happened. No, because at one point, to me, I'm trying to see that it's a political sabotage at one point, because, you know, we know of Buea. Buea recently has been, you know, classified amongst one of the regions that has been experiencing peace for a good number of time now. But since what happened with the little girl we know, Carlson, we've been having, you know, a multiplication of, attacks in this region, or in this circumscription we call Buea. Now, you will not tell me that perhaps it is the, you know, the separatist fighters that planted the bombs in the taximan's car and equally in the university. No, I cannot conclude that, because, you know, when Carlson was being attacked, people condemned the act of, you know, the military man or the gendarmerie officer that committed the act. But we look at what Yaoundé did. Yaoundé gave this man an honorific, an honorable, funeral, sending out a strong message that he was a hero. And now, you know, people interpreted this in different ways. And at one point, we criticized the inability of the Cameroon security forces. They are no longer professional. They have become, you know, so emotional. They have become so wayward, and they have lost the what they were called to do, because they were trained to protect. You know, and, you know, some of them, they said, okay, we are going to shift in the way we are implementing our security. So at one point, it could be a political sabotage that they will say, you guys condemned us of the way we are implementing security. And now look at what is happening in Buea. People are being attacked and schools are being attacked. You cannot tell me, Mr. Kum, the separatist fighters will go into a university where we have a British commissioner at that same venue with you know, under a tense atmosphere, like we can call a seminar. Go in there, planted a bomb, left.
Has anybody taken responsibility for the action?
No, nobody has taken responsibility. I was trying to say the way Javis was communicating. His communication proves that he already shifted the blame to one person. No, we need investigations, because I cannot.
Seemingly, I read somewhere yesterday that the ghost are responsible.
They are responsible. We cannot, you know, Mr. Kum, there is one thing I hate about the Cameroon, what we call the law and the way it's being implemented. You cannot, when the Ngabo crisis came up, the Cameroon government came out with a communique, let us go for investigation. We should give those people to the benefit of doubt till they are proven guilty. So I cannot go to accept what a post or is saying that perhaps it's because they violated the ghost town or anything, or they violated the laws of the Ambazonians or the separatist fighters.
Did you see what happened to?
I saw what happened. I saw the video. I saw the way the things happened.
I'm talking about what happened between Kumba and Buea on Monday. Did you see passengers were trashed?
Yes, I saw it. Passengers were trashed. They violated, Mr. Kum. These are two different.
Do we need to investigate that too?
We don't need to investigate, but this one I am telling you, Mr. Kum, it was in a government institution. It's not a private school like what happened in Kumba. No, it is a government institution where I think that with the presence of an outsider, you know, like the British commissioner that was there to be able to go for a seminar with students, I believe that security was supposed to be at the peak. That's the same political sabotage they used during when the Prime Minister was in Bamenda. You know, they had to sabotage this thing. So I think that it is a political sabotage that perhaps one party is using to discredit another person. I cannot conclude that the Ambazonians or the separatist fighters implanted those bombs, because you cannot go to a place that is well secured, Mr. Kum. There was a stranger there. Somebody was there. So I believe that the security was supposed to be at the peak. I, a stranger, I cannot go in there, plant a bomb, and just leave without being interrupted. It is very wrong. So I say, no one really wanted these things to happen. We condemn this at the level of the UPC. We do not want, you know, people to be attacked, because all we want is for children to acquire education. Education is the only thing any citizen can gain from his country. But when we see that people are trying to attack, you know, education and you know, try to fight what, at one point we saw how the Cameroon government fought so that schools and normalcy should return to this zone. But now we are seeing that there is a rapid or an intensive sabotage of what they want. So I think that we do not receive this on a positive note, and I still don't stand with Javis saying that the separatist fighters or the Ambazonians implanted the bombs. We need investigations before we can draw our conclusions.
Okay, we need investigations. We're going to, when this happened yesterday, out there at the University of Buea, the students were first taken to the Solidarity Clinic, and I had a very brief chat with the administrator of Solidarity Clinic to tell us actually how many persons came to her institution and what happened. We're talking about the Solidarity Clinic. That's the regional. That's the region. The district. The director of the regional hospital.
Yeah, I'm calling from Douala, Mediafrique TV for Prime this evening, just to find out about the situation of the students you received at the Solidarity Clinic.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kum Leonard. Yes, I'm the administrator of Solidarity Clinic in Buea. Yesterday evening, we received 10 students from the University of Buea with small wounds all over their bodies. One was critical. We attended to them and hospitalized all of them. Later on, the officials of the University of Buea came and requested that they should be referred to the regional hospital. That was done. At the time they were leaving, they were all stable. There was just one critical case whom we stabilized as well. We don't know the cause of the wounds. We don't know exactly what happened. We are hoping that in the days ahead, the forces of law and order will do proper investigation, and we all will be able to know exactly what happened.
Okay, okay, madam. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, that was the administrator of Solidarity Clinic out there in Buea, who says that 10 persons were received at her institution, one in a critical situation, that when the Vice Chancellor arrived at the institution, he made a request for them to be transferred to the regional hospital. What was done last night, and that when they left Solidarity Clinic, except for the one that was in a critical situation, everybody was, the situation was very normal. They succeeded in normalizing the situation. But we have just been joined by Joseph Weno. He is the editor-in-chief of Mediafrique FM, one of the leading media outfits in the Southwest region. He's in the house with us. Good evening, Joseph. For the first time you took part on Prime, I'll be glad to have you.
Good evening to you, Mr. Liu. Good evening to the other panelists, and of course, special greetings to the televiewers out there.
Okay. Can we really understand what happened? What did you gather, at least from social media, from the people in Buea? You live in Buea. You're one of the key journalists if we source of information out there in the Southwest region?
You're right, Mr. Leo. It was a rather unfortunate twist of events out there in Buea. And we make it a point of duty that once a newsworthy incident happens in our own backyard, at least we should visit the scene. We know we live in a dispensation where there is a lot of misinformation, there is fake news on the social media. And at least if something of this nature happens in our own backyard, we should at least visit the scene. And it's rather unfortunate that last week or the last 10 days or thereabout, a lot of attention has been on Buea for the wrong reasons. I mean, when we talk of Buea, we think of a city with people who are very hospitable. That's why the city is referred to as a city of legendary hospitality. But the last 10 days or thereabout have been full of mishaps. We know the incident, first of all, of the taxi driver who survived the...
that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, and the other one who unfortunately did not survive. And yesterday, what the information, we were not at the scene when this incident first happened. But within the next 15 minutes, we were at the scene. And as we know, it's already public knowledge that there was a conference on peace taking place on the campus of the University of Buea. And there was the Canadian High Commissioner to Cameroon, who was, of course, in that conference taking place at the Amphitheater 750. And apparently, it is when this conference was rounding off. It was a 2-day conference actually, and when they were rounding off the session for that day, that it got a commotion on campus. And you know, once the incident happened, there was a lot of chit-chat on the social media, people suggesting it was an explosive, others saying it was a faulty electrical connection and something of the like. And what we found out was that, in effect, the University of Buea had suffered a problem of electricity on that day. We passed around the area where there were the photocopiers and all the like, who said the past few days they had not had electricity, and the problem had just been resolved on that day. I want to believe it is for that reason that some people drew the conclusion that it was maybe a problem of faulty electrical connection. But then when we got to the scene, and after talking with persons who were on the ground and seeing, of course, the Vice Chancellor also, because he too had to be brought up to speed with what had happened, and the elements of the National Gendarmerie who were on the ground, who actually quickly intervened when they were called to the scene, brought some shrapnel of what exploded. I suppose it is on the basis of that that the Vice Chancellor was reliably informed that it was actually an improvised explosive device. So contrary to what many people are saying, that it was an electrical connection, it was a bomb, and thereafter, if you even look at the images that are finally gone on the social media taken at the site, you realize that it's consistent with what we've seen in the last few days. The kind of device that explodes, the effect around it. You see, it leaves some spots around. If you look at the two vehicles that suffered from similar devices, you realize that the effect is similar. So I think there is no doubt now as to what exactly happened on the campus of the University of Buea. It was, in effect, an improvised explosive device. Besides, the Vice Chancellor is an administrator of an institution of that nature. He will not quickly go on air to make use of an expression that it was an improvised explosive device if he has not been given intelligence report that that was it. I suppose we know him, first of all, to be a very level-headed person. He would have said they do not have enough information at the time being, but given that he had been brought up to speed with what transpired, he said with all, I mean, he made it categorical that it was an improvised explosive device. Yeah,
my question now is, this is the third in a row within 10 days.
Yeah.
Yes. What could be happening in Buea?
We know Buea has enjoyed some relative normalcy, relative peace, as compared to the other parts of the northwest and southwest regions that are rocked by the socio-political upheaval since 2016. And we also understand that in the other parts of the two English-speaking regions of the country, Mondays are dead days, ghost town days where there is very little or no activity altogether. But towns like Buea and Limbe have been enjoying some level of normalcy. The truth is, when you move around the town, like somebody who lives in that town, you understand all is not well. But at least not all shops are closed. There is some level of activity in the town. I want to believe that somehow these guys, the separatist fighters, would have been thinking of enforcing their ghost towns even in Buea. Because if we look at what is happening, the first two happenings
explosives,
took place on a Monday.
And they claim responsibility.
Yes, they claimed responsibility. Even the incident that happened yesterday in the University of Buea, we are yet to confirm, but we understand that there is a supposed separatist movement that is claiming responsibility for it. And that is why, since it's consistent with what we've seen for a while now, we can deduce that it's actually the work of the separatists. Yes. So, and I would draw the analogy that maybe they are trying to also give the impression that they are very much present in Buea. And another issue is, we understand that in situations of this nature, they also try to attract attention to their existence and to their activities. Now, the presence of the Canadian High Commissioner to Cameroon on the campus of the University of Buea might have been an opportunity for them. Maybe they perceived this as an opportunity to draw attention to themselves.
Yeah, but how does that work in their favor if that were the case?
It doesn't work in their favor in any way. Instead, it legitimized Cameroon's government position of the analogy used terrorism, and also give Cameroon's government a favor, you know, to beckon on the allies that we are fighting people who are against effective school resumption and who are violating international laws and conventions. A while ago, I cited the Geneva Convention 1949 and also a protocol agreement in 1977, and also talked about Rule 5 and Rule 9, which also is more on against the attack on civilians. I want to say that it will not play in their favor in any way. However, we are used to the separatists, some factions carrying out activities that they know fully well that it will not play in their favor, and still carrying out these and claiming that they are winning fairly and bigly. I want to disagree a bit with Akwen when Akwen said those who were flocked along Kumba Road probably violated when you carry out an act of violence against an unarmed civilian that do not contribute to military action is a war crime and a crime against humanity. Fact, but you said probably those who were violated. So it's not an excuse. No, it's
That's
not
what they
an
implemented.
excuse.
So
it's not whether violation or it's not an excuse. They are not their legitimate target. Legitimate targets are the people who hold guns. You ask how the attack in Buea play to the favor or in the playbook of the separatists. It doesn't. It doesn't in three categories: internationally, nationally, and culturally. If we look at the culture of an Anglophone man, we say we are purely Anglo-Saxon. And this culture gives respect to educational institutions. That's why you see when the conflict started in 2016, you hear to talk about the Anglo-Saxon education, Anglo-Saxon education. And what does this education stand for? It stands for the mutual respect and research. That's why Professor Bernard Fallon in his book titled The Genuine Intellectual, where he said, a university is not for the mindless mob, but for the talented tenth. And it is not for those who are coming to use the false argument, or the argument of who are forcing people to believe in their knowledge, but people who respectfully disagree to agree. And that is a university. Culturally, the Anglophone culture in itself is a tolerance culture, a culture that believes in tolerance, a culture that believes in respect for peace, justice, and humility. That's it.
I think I agree with Javis on that issue, because as the days go by, we realize that these guys are losing it altogether.
Okay.
When this problem started back then, with legitimate concerns that were raised, and of course, it metamorphosed into what we're seeing today. We could agree that a cross-section of the English-speaking populations in the northwest and southwest regions they aligned with the grievances and thought that there was a reason, of course, there was reason enough to get the government to shake from its position. But as the days go by, they are losing it. A cross-section of the population do not agree with what's happening now. Javis talked about the fact that it's gradually solidifying the position of the government when they make use of the expression terrorism. Yes. A lot of people feel a little, they feel uneasy when they use the word terrorist and terrorism to describe the activities of the separatist fighters. But I'm afraid as the days go by, we cannot refrain from using the word without wanting to go to a dictionary definition of what terrorism is all about. But the moment we are going to be, the moment we start seeing situations where people are attacked to advance a political cause, especially unarmed people, What else do we call it if not terrorism?
Yeah.
What else do we call it? I mean, that's a driver who lost his life.
Caroline Janet that was killed she was a terrorist too. She was carrying arms.
It's
She
both
was
ways.
carrying a gun. We are supposed to condemn on both sides.
No,
the truth is we cannot refrain from using the expression. We are English speakers.
The University of Buea.
We need to relate issues.
No, you're right. We cannot refrain from using that expression. I am an English speaker. I am an Anglophone actually. We feel the pain.
You live in
We
Buea.
agree. I live in Buea. We've seen this
who works in
crisis.
Buea.
Yes, we've seen the difficult moments of this crisis from when the 22nd September uprising, the 1st October.
When we could not even stand along the streets of Buea.
Seriously? When we had to stay indoors for 10 days.
Along the streets of
Not
Buea.
being able to step outside. Work became so difficult. And I mean, when the set goes down and you saw everybody stayed indoors because they agreed that there was a reason for a message to be passed across, but eventually, I mean, whoever these guys are have turned against the population. I'm sorry to say it, and there is no other word to use than, I mean, it's terrorism now. Attacking civilians on arms, planting explosive devices on the campus of an institution like the University of Buea. What else do we call it?
Okay.
Briefly, I did not learn briefly. Just compliment what Joe is saying. Let's be honest. The faction we are hearing people talking about that they want the third party to come and resolve this on the phone. And this third party firmly believe in the respect of Geneva Conventions, the rule of law. And that's why you see people will be held accountable for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Now, when you take an attack to an institution, to a school, to a hospital, to a church, and you are violating the same international convention that protects your right in America that you say is self-defense. You are using self-defense because of this same international law, and you are violating that same law, a portion of that law. For God's sake, it takes us to the contextual definition of what everybody is afraid of, the word terrorism.
Okay. After listening to the administrator of Solidarity Clinics, that is where the students were rushed to yesterday after the attack, let's now take a listen to the director of the Buea Regional Hospital Annex.
We received 14 students from the University of Buea yesterday who were involved in the unfortunate incident of the blast. And among those 14, 2 were taken into theatre, one of them for something quite not severe, and the other had an internal hemorrhage, so we had to do an emergency surgery for the patient. Today, all of them are stable and keeping better than they were yesterday.
Okay, the regional director is telling us that everybody is stable, the situation is stabilized. But Akwen, the leader of UPC Youth, how do we justify this attack on a date when the Canadian High Commissioner was at the University of Buea? Was it to pass a specific message to him that things are not too well the way you are told?
Well, Mr. Kum, I cannot go. I cannot embrace your question like that because, you know, as the person who is on ground, the journalist that just said he has been witnessing, he has been on ground since the 2016 crisis started. And we all know that Buea has been experiencing a degree of peace and normalcy. Now there is a problem because when this crisis started in 2016, we had a lot of groups that came up. They say they are Ambazonians. We had groups that were being formed. We cannot say that those that came up, because I heard he said the 2 last attack on the taxi drivers, some groups came out and accepted. I don't believe that these could be genuine groups because we've had a lot of people that came out and formed groups. We'll still have people working at the back scene. And at one point, we are tempted to say that there are people who are in the government that are in accord with what's happening. So we are not supposed to just, you know, shift the things on one side. I am not in accord saying that, no, the separatist fighters committed the act, or perhaps, you know, somebody was trying to send an information. Mr. Kum, we should know that the recent attacks that have been happening in Buea was after the little girl was being killed. We talk about terrorism. We saw how in church, at the Presbyterian church in Bamenda, we heard how the pastor that was in the church at that moment, when they killed one lady, he came out and said it was the military. It's still it's still a crime that could be said as terrorism, Mr. Kum. So when the government is has failed, we should say the government has failed. When the government or the military commits an act, we should be able to come out clear and condemn on both sides. Because I am not taking the part of anybody, because us at the UPC, we want peace and normalcy to come back. Because, you know, UPC was the first party that fought for the reunification of this country.
What are you talking about the attacks? So we should wait for the investigations.
We should wait for the investigations, because when it concerns the Cameroon government or the military, we talk about waiting for the investigations before we pass out blames.
Are you going to believe?
I'm going to believe Mr. Kum, because when the attacks that came out in Gambu, we saw how the Cameroon government came out and said, no, it was the separatist fighters. After the investigations, we found out that it was the military. Okay, the Kumba crisis, they came out and said it was the separatist fighters. After investigations, they came out that it was the separatist fighters, and they were condemned. Some were being, they were condemned to life, to death. Voila. So I think that at this point, we should not shift the blames on one person. We should be able to come out and condemn the act, because we want schools to return. Because education is the only thing any citizen of Cameroon can benefit. Because if we keep fighting against education, it means we are going to have a mass rate of illiteracy that will come out from these zones in the years to come. So I think that we should stop blaming each or saying that it is the separatist fighters. We should wait for investigations to come out. And Mr. Kum, I am tempted still to say that the recent attacks in Buea came out when Nadieh was being touched. I still say it is a political sabotage,
you mean
Mr. Kum.
Yes. You mean the Vice Chancellor?
After the incident, Mr. Kum, I am going progressively.
Okay.
After Nadieh was killed, people came out and said the Cameroon government or the Cameroon military or the security forces were not professional. They have become so emotional. And besides, at one point, we saw how Joseph Bedia, someone said, okay, he's going to retrain them. He's going to tell them that this is a zone where there is no confidence amongst the two people. So they are supposed to see the way they implement their security. So perhaps they said they have withdrawn in some kind of way, and now they want to sabotage the fact that we have condemned, you guys have condemned the way we are implementing our security. And now look at how insecurity is being experienced on daily basis. So it is a political sabotage. We should look at it on that note. Because when we talk about ghost town,
who's being sabotaged here?
It is a political sabotage,
for
Mr. Kum.
I
don't know who is creating the sabotage. That's why I said I am not supporting anybody. Okay. I am trying to analyze this thing objectively. I have not yet landed, Mr. Kum. Okay. I have not yet landed. I was saying that we are supposed to look this thing objectively.
Okay.
It is a political sabotage for me.
Okay.
Why? Because these recent attacks in Buea, a place or a circumscription that has been experiencing normalcy, they have been violating ghost town. Nothing has been happening. Okay, Mr. Kum, you will not tell me that it is because the taxi driver or the people that were being flogged violated ghost town. That is why they were being flogged. The separatist fighters were there. So and normalcy was in Buea since.
The military flogged those
I am not saying the military, Mr. Kum. I said, you know, when the 2016 crisis came up, we had set groups, okay? We had set groups that came out and said...
I want to put in a point in line with what she's saying. Now, I want to make something clear here. I began by condemning the act itself, but not really apportioning blame per se. Because somehow what she's saying, we've seen everything in Buea, we've seen all sorts of things in Buea. So much so that it becomes a little difficult to make a categorical statement once an incident of that nature happens. Because the truth is, people are feeding fat from this crisis on both sides of the spectrum. There are people who do not want the socio-political upheavals in the northwest and southwest regions to come to an end. Both sides of the spectrum.
Actually.
They are feeding fat from it. But now, when we look at the modus operandi of what is happening, it's a little easy to draw a conclusion.
We cannot draw a conclusion because I said we have fake...
It is an issue of waiting for investigations. But again, at a time when the confidence factor is lost. Now, do you know that as we speak today, we have reports of the company, trucks belonging to the company that is in charge of waste management and disposal, that was vandalized and burnt down. And the guys actually did a video of themselves.
That is why I said when this crisis began in 2016, permit me
when we look at what is happening, we're asking
when this happened in 2016, I said, no, he cut me. I didn't land it.
I was trying to make a point.
You already spoke for long now.
No, I didn't speak for long, Mr.
I'm trying to make a point. Let me take the example again of the Hizakam trucks that are reported to have been set ablaze today. Today, 2 of them. And they did a video of that with themselves. And the question is, Who are they hurting in the process?
Who did the video?
Let me
do we have the traceability to say that those guys were separatist fighters? It is a political sabotage to me, because we have fake groups, and I believe on both parties we have people that have created their groups to fix that, or to say that, because you spoke about the Canadian High Commissioner who was in Buea at that moment, actually. So you will not say that it is perhaps the separatist fighters that want to sabotage, because you said
the Prime Minister was in Bamenda.
He was in Bamenda.
Are you saying that the gunshot that we heard, it met us away from the Prime Minister, was a political sabotage?
It was a political sabotage to me, because you cannot tell me that the Prime Minister is at Matasm, okay, with a high rate of security, okay, and we still had attacks. It is a message we are trying to send. It is a message we are trying to send.
It is still a possibility, though.
Can you talk now?
Now, my point, the point I'm making is, when you look at how consistent the issue is, you can easily deduce the modus operandi. They've done a video. We see themselves. They claim responsibility. True, there is still room for doubt. There is still, a margin of doubt and all of that. But the issue is, when I come from Buea, the streets are littered with garbage everywhere as we speak now.
Even in Yaoundé.
As we speak now.
We face the same problem in the
case of Yaoundé, in the case of Douala, we've seen Hizakam come outright that they were on strike. But in Buea, we've not heard such a statement. And now, we realize that since the outbreak of this crisis, we suffer situations of this nature because the hygiene and sanitation company, Hizakam, at some point stopped work when their equipment were vandalized. And we see a repeat of that. And it is consistent. And we can easily attribute it to that, to the separatist fighters. I am an Anglophone. I feel the pain of what is happening. I still put the blame on the government. Believe you me, I think that all measures that have been put on ground so far are still cosmetic. They've not, because if the measures were worthwhile, would have seen some degree of normalcy, would have seen situations getting normalized.
Are you saying that because the government has not taken these appropriate measures to stop the problem?
I agree with you on that.
The school should be attacked?
No, not that. I still blame them because at the end of the day, whoever is behind the planting of explosive devices on campus or elsewhere, right? While I condemn the act, while I condemn the persons involved in this, I still blame the government. I still blame the powers that be for dilly-dallying around the whole issue, chasing the shadow and leaving the substance. Yes, so far we have just seen cosmetic measures. What we hailed as the major national dialogue, if in effect it was successful, we will not still be where we are today.
Okay, what could be the objective or the message behind such an attack, Javis?
Basically, when you see an attack of that magnitude, there are three things that comes to your mind when we are looking at conflict. One, to reaffirm your position that you are still in control of the area. Two, to put the other party in a position of coming on the table. And three, to beg for popular opinion for others to push the other party on the table that, hey, go and negotiate with these guys. These are the three things that comes to my mind. And regardless of whoever is responsible, maybe the government too on the other side, whoever, still these three things still is in play. Hi, these guys are still in this area. Hi, these guys are there. Let's come to the table and discuss. Let you push you join us. Let's chase away these guys in this area. You see, your security are rigged. So, however the case is, I will tell you that those are the three reasons. But first, I want to make it clear to Akwen that in a conflict like this, you cannot for sure say this one is genuine, this one is not genuine. Except Akwen wants to tell us that he has a list of genuine amber groups to tell us, and that these ones that I'm hearing are not genuine. If she has a list, she can tell us so that we are able to easily differentiate that this one is genuine, this one is not genuine. As far as you cannot have a list, I've watched Eric Tato in his live video stating that they will reinforce Ghost Town in Buea. Claire, I watched it, so you want to tell me that Eric Tato too is not genuine?
On the basis of that, we can.
So you want to tell me that it is not genuine? So when we context analyze, when we do content analysis of words used and now actions used, the unit of analysis of those words are the actions that are going directly in synergy with the words that were used. You could easily denote that A, B, C, D, and C could, I'm not saying it, could be coming from this area. We're using a probability language, but you are for sure using a certainty, a language of certainty, that we are saying that it was carried out by this and that. Regardless of who carried it, I am saying that it is against the international law which both sides are fighting for. The state of Cameroon is fighting to protect civilians. The same people on the other side say they are fighting to protect civilians. The state of Cameroon is bound by national and international laws. The same people who are fighting for the Northwest and Southwest people who say they are fighting for says the one that international law should be respected. Now, this is where the problem is. When you take an attack to a school, to a church, to a hospital, whoever takes the attack, I have not propped or point a finger at the separatists as you claim from the beginning that Javis is saying that the separatists carry out this attack. Yes, they make the element of the attack point fingers to them.
Now,
Weno is coming from Buea.
Now, the point is this.
Let him just stand, then you come in, please.
Okay. Weno is coming from Buea. So the element of the attack is proving or is showing that these guys, hey, may be responsible. And we have seen a ghost something like a ghost group in Buea ghost something, Amber, what, claiming responsibility of the yesterday's attack. And I am basing my mind on those group on the group that has claimed responsibility. You not come and tell me they are not genuine. If a group says we carry out the attack, like the one in Izakam did a video showing how they are carrying out the attack in Izakam, destroying the vehicles, you tell me that, Mr. Javis, that's not a genuine group. What is the measuring instrument you have to prove that this group is genuine, this is not genuine? There is no unit of analysis because it is a total cacophony. You only blame or we only base our analysis on whoever we see. So, except you have a list of the genuine amber groups and the non-genuine amber groups, then I can totally accept with you. But if you don't have a list, it means we are all basing our mind on what we see in trend.
Okay, yes, very briefly before she
yes,
comes in. Yeah.
I was agreeing with Javis on the point he was developing there. And I go back to the fact that I said the government still takes responsibility for all the things that are going wrong. When we look at what has happened elsewhere in the world, we realize that when conflicts of this nature come up, we are bound to see acts of terrorism. Especially when we realize that the other faction does not have as much firepower like the government. Yes, the government definitely has the firepower.
What do you mean by we are bound to see terrorism?
We are bound to see acts of this nature because the others, like Javis said, to give the impression that to let the world that we are still there, we are going to see acts of this nature. It is clear to them, they know that they cannot go face to face with the government. Yeah. The firepower is not proportionate. They know. And so they are bound to embark on acts of this nature. Let us just look at what happened in Colombia, the FARC rebellion and all of that. We've seen a lot of these issues. We look elsewhere in the world because they know that they do not have equal firepower with the government. They are bound to use hit and run tactics, and at worst they will use acts which can be likened to terrorism because it's consistent with what the definition for terrorism is. Okay. And that's why I blame the government that if we do not think that time has come for us to bring in a third party for mediation, if we continue to stick to the cosmetic measures that we put on, fast-tracking decentralization, there was a major national dialogue, following up the major national dialogue, whereas we see these things happen, we are only going to find ourselves in a situation where this problem is compounding. So it is time we bring in a mediator.
Good evening, Mr. Liu, and to the panelists. Please, Mr. Liu, help me tell Javis that after his arrest, his language has drastically changed. Jean-Claude is writing from Yaoundé. I don't know how you mean. Hello, greetings to everyone in the panel. With lady is saying she's very correct. When you see the military now, you can't even differentiate because they now keep dreadlocks, spray their hair, and a host of others. Okay, yes, but it works both ways. Greetings, Mr. Liu. Greetings to you and your panelists, Mr. Kum Leonard. I tremendously agree with the lady. She's talking a lot of sense. We not be early to conclude. Leonard Kimbi, writing from Bamenda. Good evening to you, Leonard Kimbi. Hi, Mr. Liu. Can the only lady in your panel tell us who are the real amber fighters? I'm John, writing from Germany. Okay, this one's reads. The second explosive was not enough to keep the security on the alert, so to avoid the third, shortly after, international bodies should come out with a better investigative reporting for our government may delay. Our security is becoming less professional. Your program is welcome, very good, okay. Where are the securities ought to be guarding the peace seminar. Yeah, but the seminar was happening somewhere else, and the explosive was in Amphi 600.
The explosive was in Amphi 600, while the seminar was taking place in Amphi 750. Dorothy Limunga Njoma Amphitheater.
For those who may not know the University of Buea, it's very large. Something may be happening in one part of the university you may never.
500 meters away.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Leo. When I listen to Javis speaking, he's putting the blame of the attack on the separatist fighters. Let's not be sure. I'm Awa writing from Limbe. Good evening to you, Awa. Good evening, Mr. Leo. When I listen to the lady on the set, I see a disappointed Amber supporter with the knowledge that Amber is losing the war. I have followed her since this crisis started, and her support for the terrorists is glaring. Now she calls some Amber groups fake. Mr. Liu, she knows more than she's saying. She's angry that her Amber friends. Okay, Chair is writing from Bamenda. Good evening to you, Chair. Good evening. No, she belongs to the UPC. She cannot be Amber. Okay, you kill your brother and say you are a winner. Looking at happenings, he'll say the boys in the bush did so. Frank is writing from Bamenda. Okay, the lady should show down, please. You are on TV, okay? Good evening, Mr. Liu. I love your program. Neba Jude is writing from Limbe. Good evening to you, Jude, writing from Limbe. Good evening, Mr. Liu. My special greetings to the beautiful lady. She speaks sense at them, okay? You're writing from Buea. Good evening. Oops. Good evening, it's Abel writing from Buea. I was at staff canteen with the Vice Chancellor when the incident happened. He was reliably informed that it was an explosive. This can connect it to the presence of the Canadian ambassador. Let's not forget that the fact that it is wrong to conclusively say that it was separatist fighters. Government propaganda is still high visible, okay? It's writing there from Buea. Greetings to you and those on set. Just to say what the lady is saying is not different from what she is accusing Javis of doing. I think at this time we should be condemning the action and not pointing fingers at each other on set. At times people forget the value of human rights and we instead put our political parties ahead. It's high time we keep politics out of this at this time. Njung Louis is writing from Buea. Now, we may be running out of time very soon. We need more security in our institutions, not only at the level of the University of Buea.
Yeah, we need a lot of security everywhere, not only in our institutions, even in our hospitals, in our churches, because we saw the recent attack at the Presbyterian Church in Bamenda where a lady was killed.
Yeah, that what happened in Bali, but after that, the chair lady of the Presbyterian Church in Tamulum was kidnapped. The week after, another one was kidnapped.
Political sabotage. Let me tell you, Mr. Kum, you know, when this happened in Bamenda, okay?
In Tamulum?
Yes, in Bamenda, okay? The Presbyterian pastor that was there, he was shot. And I saw the video when he sent a letter because he was really absent on that Sunday when they were doing Thanksgiving and they were cleansing the church. He said categorically that it was the military that shot the lady and shot him. So it's a political sabotage to me on all the parts. That's why I said in Bamenda. I didn't talk about what he said.
No, in Tamulum is in Bamenda.
I said, I'm trying to relate, Mr. Kum. I said, what happened or what's happening in Bali and in perhaps even in Buea, it's a political sabotage because you said about the one lady was kidnapped. Okay, she was kidnapped when later the pastor that was present at the church who was shot. And the lady who died, he came out, he sent a letter and he said that it was the military that shot him. And I can take it like a political sabotage, Mr. Kum. Let us relate these issues because I heard Mr. Javis telling me that I should differentiate between the fake Ambazonians and the real Ambazonians. At one point, you know, when the Kumba crisis was being effective in the school, people that came and testified, they said that those that attacked these people were wearing military clothing. They were clothed in military clothing, and it could still be a maneuver, because on the both side we can agree that the government is feeding fat and the separatist fighters too are feeding fat. So you can do anything to keep your money or your business moving. So we should not judge and say it was.
So it's business that is taking
it
place
is a business, Mr. Kum, at the detriment of the poor population. Okay. So they can do anything. They can do anything to keep their business moving. So I cannot say it was the Amazonians that carried the act because they made a video. The government can still create their own group and to continue doing the things so that they can pour the blame on the separatist fighters, and at the end of the day they call them terrorists so that a third party will give them, you know, the power to say, okay, they are right. Okay,
we're going to take a short break. We continue with our program after that. But in the second part of the program, we're going to be receiving members of Greenleaf. They're going to be telling us how to become very rich in a very professional, realistic, and profitable manner. They are already in the house, like we announced earlier on. We are going to be discovering them after the break.
Avec l'option English Pack DSTV, votre abonnement entre dans une nouvelle dimension.
It's so nice, it's so nice.
Cinéma, séries, novellas, les émotions sont plus intenses en langue anglaise.
That part is a little dramatic.
Vivez la Liga aux premières loges et la Premier League en immersion.
Brilliant, just brilliant!
Sur Nickelodeon, l'anglais est the superpower absolue.
For the surprise, please go now.
Avec E et One Magic en version originale, la télé-réalité devient télé-reality. Et sur Africa News et Discovery, l'info et la découverte rayonnent worldwide. Boostez vos programmes avec l'option English Pack DSTV de Canal+ et ses 15 chaînes premium. Accessible à partir de 5 000 francs, profitez-en dès maintenant.
Welcome back. You're watching Prime on my Media Prime. I'm going to take one last round with you guys on this first topic for tonight. We're looking at issues of security. How do we prevent future attacks in the University of Buea?
I think we need confidence building.
Okay.
It's of the essence. We don't need more security. There is already enough elements of the security and defense forces in Buea. Mm-hmm. You hardly go 10 meters without seeing an element of the National Gendarmerie, the police, or the army. Mm-hmm. We have enough already. But the issue is the lack of confidence. Mm-hmm. Under normal circumstances, somebody should feel really secure in the presence of a gendarme, a police, or a soldier. Mm-hmm. Now, there's an expression we've heard before, and it's becoming more and more true as the days go by. These guys are really behaving like a force of occupation. You need to be in Buea to see it. And now speaking like someone who comes from Buea, it will be a disappointment for me to be on this platform and not speak out the pain of the people in Buea. There's a lack of confidence. I mean, even the most sophisticated security forces across the world depend on the population. In the United States of America, the FBI and the police departments of the respective states, they thrive, they do their work well because people know that at the sight of any trouble, you dial 911 and they respond. But in Buea, in the two English-speaking regions, we have elements of the gendarme and the police and the army who are behaving completely like a force of occupation. We've seen a video that went viral on the social media about what's happening in Equatorial Guinea, where a police slapped one Cameroonian or something, and people are crying out. That is just the tip of the iceberg compared to what's happening in Buea. The harassment that security forces are giving to the populations is terrible. I mean, on a daily basis. And they tell you outright, you will not do anything about it. I've been in a situation where somebody outrightly said, what would the GO do to me that I take my orders from Yaoundé?
Yeah,
and that's why
what do we do at the level of the University of Buea?
Yeah, I think they need
other
to
schools in Buea.
They need to beef up more security. What's happening in the University of Buea, by the way, is that we're seeing a situation in many people may not know. I spotted it yesterday, and I suspected it, and I found out there is a patrol that takes place on the campus of the University of Buea that you will not know is security forces. They go with normal plane vehicle. It was a gray vehicle I saw yesterday. And because I'm a little used to these things, and I got to find out, and I realized that in effect it was a patrol, a military patrol. And they do it. It just so happens that the incident of yesterday took them unawares. But there is regular patrol on the campus of the University of Buea.
Yeah, but persons could come from the
Yeah, that's why I say on that note, we need to see, let the University of Buea step up more security. They have their own on-campus security. We need more of that at the different entry points.
More security cameras on campus?
I think that securing people these days is more of digital than physical, more physical that we used to have. We need more of, a control unit that have surveillance cameras, and we also need to use the services of the student government to also help, because the student government are there because the institution is running effectively. If the institution is not running effectively, the student government will not be there. And so it's for their own safety, collaboration. And what we need in effect is that civil and military cooperation is lacking. And no matter how sophisticated a military might may be, is the civil and military cooperation that binds and protects people. The government or those whoever claim they are fighting for whatever need to ensure that the civil and military cooperation, when we talk about civil and military cooperation, we're talking about a situation whereby the civilian and the military trust each other in respect of the laws of the land. That is the respect of state. Normally, if they say don't go here, don't go here. If they say a civilian has a right to this, a civilian has the right to that. We are quite aware of the situation. We are quite aware that the northwest and southwest region are not under state of emergency. If they are not under state of emergency, it means that the laws of the land must be respected. Due process must be given. You are under arrest. You have a right for a lawyer. If you don't have one, the state will provide you one. These are the procedures that should be respected, except those regions are under state of emergency. They are not.
Okay. Hello, good evening. I'm always on board with your program. Yeah, I like the way our sister there in the studio is fishing out the truth. I think the government is really feeling forward in this crisis. That is why they don't feel the impacts of citizens suffering. We know the government has a hand in what happened in Buea. Patrick is writing from Arizona in the United States of America. Good evening, Mr. Liu. Please let me just say what's happening now in Ambo Batibo subdivision. The military at the barrack, they have arrested more than 15 people, both men and women. The motive that Amber boys have been arresting them and they pay money, so that is the same way that the military will be doing. Okay, you're writing from Batibo, that's in the northwest region. Not even Mr. Liu, what the guy from Buea is saying is very true, and if care is not taken, the population might rise against. Okay. Tumbala is writing from Buea. Let me get some messages from it. And good evening, Mr. Liu, and to all the panelists. The question is to who planted the explosive in Ubi cannot be answered so soon. We can only point fingers for now, but we need investigations first. Let us not rush to fake conclusions. Pornji writing from Kumba. Daisy from Kumba says, good evening, Mr. Liu, and to all the panelists. And anybody could have planted the explosive. Not everybody is happy with the calm nature of Buea. Those who don't want this crisis to come to an end are the reasons behind the explosion in Buea. Okay, my question is, how did they plan the explosive when the school is on the security forces on campus? Okay, yes, even the United States of America, you cannot be 100% secure. Yes, so this cowardly act, Mr. Liu, should be condemned with very strong words. The lady there is just making, okay, lag mastery with this crisis. These guys are desperate to push their ideas. Dave is writing from Moyuka. Good evening to you. Dave, where was the military in Buea, Mr. Kum? To plan an explosive takes time. Promoting things that we can't explain or defend. The population is abandoned in the high sea. Clement is writing from Bamenda. Good evening to you, Clement. Good evening, Mr. Liu. The topic over there is called for consent, so we should pray more and talk less, because what is happening now is beyond human power, bloodshed every day. I'm Zelda, writing from Bamenda. Good evening to you, Zelda. Good evening, Mr. Liu. It's been a while, Mr. Liu. My question is, how can a university like that in Buea be without security camera? Luis is writing from Malabo. Good evening, Mr. Liu, and to all the guys on set. The lady might be right, because in 2018 there was a video circulating on social media where some guys were caught at Buea dressed like separatist fighters. Okay, Charles is writing from Douala here. Now, what do we do?
Well, for security to be at the peak in Buea or in these two regions, in the northwest and southwest, I think that the responsibility should be shared. Yeah. We have, firstly, the security forces of Cameroon should become more professional. As we heard the journalist on ground saying that they have become more unprofessional and they are reacting like the wayward people. When I talk about the wayward people, those that are carrying arms illegally, so I call them the wayward people. So now I think that the security forces of Cameroon should become more professional. They should do the jobs they were called to do. They should not put sentiment into this, because most of them are reacting to the way the separatist fighters have treated them, the way perhaps they have seen they have killed their colleagues and all that. They should become professional and they should not become sentimental. And on the part of the civilians or the population, I think that they should rebuild what we call trust. Because there is that, the failure of trust has made most of the civilians are scared of our security forces. So I think that they should collaborate, because at the end of the day, we are the ones dying. Those students that were being injured are children, they are brothers, they are sisters. So we should collaborate so that together we can bring a lasting peace. We need that collaboration and the reinstallment of, confidence between the security forces and people on ground, like the civilians in the northwest and southwest regions. Okay,
I'll be joining you people at the end of the program, but for now I have to receive the guys from the Greenleaf network marketing to tell us how I can become rich, how you out there can become rich at the twinkle of one eye. Just after this break. So. Hello, please. Can we take a short break, please? What? Welcome back. Are you watching Prime on my Media Prime? This time around, we're going to be looking at what it takes to make money differently from marketing. We call it network marketing, but there is a different understanding how Greenleaf made network marketing simple and more rewarding, differently from what we have had in the past. It's been very difficult and very complex, but this time around, we are told that to make money is easier. So in the studio with us, we have Ms. Ahmed Grace Sherid, Sherid Mode, Greenleaf Director, number 2 of Africa. We're glad to have you with us. You're coming from out of Cameroon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yes, you're coming from Nigeria?
Yes. I'm a Nigerian, and I came from Nigeria for this.
Okay, and they say you are the number 2 in Africa. What does that mean?
Okay, we are from Greenleaf Biotech International.
Buea is you?
Not really. In network marketing, there's what we call ranking, and there's benefits attached to some of those things. So it depends on your performance, how you work, how well you've been doing. So it's measured by this ranking stuff. So it's a good thing in network marketing.
Okay. Also with us is Mr. Wasum. She is a Crown member, brand ambassador and service center in Cameroon, not from Nigeria. At least you're on ground zero. Yeah. We're glad to have you.
Thank you very much, Leo. It's indeed a pleasure to be on this platform again, this time to talk about business to the televiewers of Prime Hour. Indeed, we are going to make Cameroonians understand network marketing in a different way and a more easier and beneficial way. You remember, dear Cameroonians, dear viewers, and dear listeners of Prime Hour, if you see me on this, it means a good deal.
Means it's good business, eh?
Good business.
I hope you're going to convince me to join the business
Definitely.
tonight.
You are already in. As far as I'm concerned in this business,
okay.
You are in. Very good.
Yes, I don't know. I should start with you.
Yeah.
Yes, you're coming from Nigeria, Greenleaf Director, number 2 in Africa, and seemingly something is cooking in Africa. But before we talk about what is going to happen in Cameroon, Greenleaf, we have heard of different structures. What is Greenleaf all about?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, everyone, for having us live. Greenleaf is a product producing company.
Okay.
Please take notes. A product producing company, and it has been in production for over 24 years with over 4,500, as of today, over 4,700 different ranges of products, including daily consumables, including electronics, including cosmetics, including some phone accessories. So we are talking about real company with real business. So there's a difference between network marketing and pyramid scheme and Ponzi. Okay. And what are the difference? The real network marketing company has products and services to offer the people, while Ponzi only sell hope to people. They collect from Paul to pay Peter. There is no physical business, no physical product, no service. So that is the two different things. Network marketing actually is the way to go. The world, most of the big universities in the world are actually looking into incorporating network marketing in their curriculum. So network marketing will help even a nation. Network marketing will help a family. Network marketing will help an individual because it can help to eradicate poverty. It's doing good business with the right company. Network marketing is for you to identify genuine companies who are doing real business. This is what happened. Remember, there is always a fake where there is original. So the fake, the pyramids, come under the disguise of network marketing. If network marketing is not good, they will not come and title themselves network marketing. The real meaning of network marketing is like, for instance, in Cameroon, I don't know about Cameroon though, but in Nigeria, for example, if you help me to acquire a land in Nigeria, for instance, you are expecting a certain percentage from me.
As a commission?
As a commission. If you help me to acquire a house, for instance, a property or a house or whichever, you are expected, you are entitled. We even have some people who are agents, they are specialized in that particular area.
We have them
even in Cameroon. So does it mean that is network marketing, sir? You refer someone to something, but something of value, something that will stand the test of time, something substantial, something that you can call assets. So network marketing started even before we were born, before we were created. Even network marketing, believe me, started from God. Why do you go out, talk about the goodness of God to bring other people to be saved? That is network. You are telling people about something good. Come and experience what I'm saying. Come and experience what I'm experiencing. Come and see what I have discovered. That is what network marketing is all about. We do this on a daily basis without being paid for it. But now the new generation, the world is changing. And the worst thing that can happen to any man is not to change with time. You need to change with time. Because it is believed that change is what is constant in life. So some changes will bring a lot of progress, a lot of development. But if you don't program yourself to acquit to it, you may find yourself behind while others have moved forward. So network marketing is actually a place to be. Network marketing is actually something everyone should consider. Like I said, if you really want to do a good business today that can easily sell faster and be able to get more audience, you go through network marketing channel. This company, as a matter of fact,
Greenleaf, we're talking about Greenleaf.
Greenleaf Biotech International started 24 years ago. There was no network marketing in it until 2018. And as at the time they started network marketing in 2018, the difference was huge. Before 2018, there was no network marketing in our business. You only go to Asia, import your product. If it is 10 container of any of the products, we have over 4,500 ranges of products. I even saw them showing some of the products right on the screen. These are part of the business. These are part of the product. So all you do before 2018 is that you have to travel all the way to Asia to import your products. The good news we are having here right now is that the company has incorporated network marketing in 2018. And they are saying we are coming to Africa. And right now they are in Africa. They are in Nigeria. They are in South Africa. We are in Nigeria. We are in South Africa. We are in Ghana. We are in Zambia. We are in Zimbabwe. We are in Mozambique. And we are launching now in Cameroon. Few partners already partners. We already have stockists, including our crown leader, also a service center. Can you imagine? This is how network marketing works. It connects you to the world. It connects your goods and services to the world, any part of the world.
Now, you said 24 years ago,
yes,
this company was formed. It produces more than
over 4,000. This company has been in production for
now,
24 years.
Yes. Now, they produced this stuff.
Yes.
The stuffs were in Asia.
In Asia, yeah.
And if you needed them, you travel.
You just have
Asia.
to travel.
The difference now is that
you don't need to travel again. The difference now, the company is saying you don't need to come to Asia. We want to partner with Africa. We also want our product to be felt. We want our product to make impact. We want our product to be able to eradicate poverty. We want our product to be able to help the community. So the same product you would have gotten in Asia, almost the same price, is what you are going to be getting.
Are you saying that the company exists in Asia? Greenleaf, the name is Greenleaf.
Greenleaf Biotech International. Greenleaf is called Greenleaf Biotech International.
So what we are saying
global
is that
company,
those who want to be, they want to take franchise or something like that. Is that what is happening?
If you want to be a franchisor, the company offers. You can brand a particular product, a particular brand. Since they have a lot of products, you can decide you want to enter into male shoes, female handbags, male handbags, briefcases. you know, portfolios. You decide that this is my brand, you brand. If you want to brand in beauty, me, I'm branding in beauty because I love beauty. And daily consumables. If you want to brand in household, textile, it has a lot. So there are different sectors that you want to brand in clinical suits. That is to say, you want to brand in health products. The company has opened different brands among these about 4,500 products, where partners, investors can invest in the different areas. So the most shocking thing I'm going to shock you televiewers is that to travel to Asia or to China, you need a visa, you need insurance, you need flight ticket, you need everything you can need to travel out of Africa or out of Cameroon. But this time, I'm telling you, you don't need it because the company is shipping your goods to you at Alim Seaport free of charge. That's so amazing. I was touched by these because as an investment researcher and a consultant, I was really looking for a business that I can invest in. And I'm telling you today, Greenleaf Biotech International, it's real. I have not been so loved to do network marketing because there are some lot of fake ones out there. But when I got to the platform of Greenleaf Biotech International on Facebook, let me shock you. On Facebook, dear viewers, I saw the link launched by Madam Sherry Grace, and I click up to that link, and on the link, I entered her WhatsApp page, asked her 2 questions. Are there products? She said yes. Let me see the compensation plan. The compensation plan of the company is amazing. You have your salary, or we call it salary or payments or compensation or profit on a daily basis. You check your back office, you see it on a daily basis. So as busy as I am or who I am, that you all know, if I can do it, then you can do it million times. I'm telling you, it is a nice business. Remember, our government cannot employ everybody. And like I'm saying, to get yourself self-financial independence, to get your plan B, C, and even A income source, just click up to Greenleaf Biotech International. It's amazing. We can't say all today because we are here to tell you about the business summit against Friday and Saturday.
Okay, Friday is taking place in...
Yes. Friday, our business summit is taking place at Somatel Hotel at Bali at 1 p.m. We need investors. Whether you are a rich person, you are a poor person, but in as much as you're an adult from 18 years and above, you are invited. And on Saturday, it's taking place at Hotel Jurai at Bonaberi at 1 p.m. We need investors. We need partners, real business. If you want to ship 10 containers, Greenleaf is there to load you 10, 20 containers.
Containers of what?
Of products.
Of any of the products.
If you want to open a mall, just hit us up and you're going to open a mall. I have just opened mine in Yaoundé, and we leave it open for everybody to open a service center where people can rush in and out.
You want investors?
Yes.
Sherry Grace, Sherry Mood Ahmed. How do you are number 2? Are you very rich because of Greenleaf?
Okay, I love this question, but it depends on how your definition of riches. Some persons are okay being comfortable, what to eat, how to drive, a house they can just have to themselves. But what my own definition of being rich is to be able to help yourself, help your immediate family, help your extended family, and be able to reach out to some persons out there. You are not biologically related, you are not related in any way, but you believe and you know that there are other people who couldn't afford just 2-3 square meals on a day. What is your plan towards these people? So if that is what your desires are in life, if it's your goal, if it is your dream, then I will tell you that Greenleaf can help you fulfill all that dreams.
I'm talking about yourself.
That is what I'm still saying right now.
Greenleaf has helped you too.
Greenleaf has really helped me. I partnered with Greenleaf in 2018 when Greenleaf was just coming to Africa. Then the product was not this much. Then we don't have branches all over. Nobody has qualified for a car like you are showing me on the screen. Nobody has gone all expenses paid trip, because this company offers you 3 all expenses paid trip every year to different countries, and you are giving a car promo every year. You can qualify for 1 or 2 depending on how good you are in your business. So 2018, I got to know about Greenleaf. I was actually on my way to America, but I decided to look deeply when I heard that a company with over 4,500 is launching in Africa, and they are coming to Nigeria, to be precise. No, I love to take advantage of opportunities, good opportunities on time. I am an early adapter. So I told the person that introduced me, I said, although my hands have been burnt, but my hands were burnt in the sense that where I went, the first company I went, there was no product. But this one, if you are assuring me they have all these products, and of truth, I went online, I Googled Greenleaf, I discovered there were a lot of products. And I've actually heard of product of Greenleaf before, even before this a friend and a sister of mine told me about it. So, and I said, okay, I know what it means to take a product, to be able to successfully take one product into a market. So if a company can as well have over 4,500 products, that company is not a joke. So that was the catch for me, and then I partnered with Greenleaf in 2018. Then there was not much testimonies, there was no product like this, there was not much stockist, there was not much good things about Greenleaf. I only heard what I believe, and I believe if I partner is going to go a long way in helping me. Then I traveled. Then I returned back in 2019 April, and then I went to the office. And I met with my country manager, Mr. Brusco, an amazing guy. He's a Chinese man, but he is here. He's the Nigerian administrative. He's here. We have an administrative office in Nigeria and other offices for service centers and franchise, so on and so forth. So I went there and I told him, I would like to be a service center to this company. And he said, okay, you can be a service center. And he told me all that it entails. And I partner, and I paid for my service center, and they ship my products to me. I based in Abuja, which is the capital of Nigeria. My product was sent to me directly. I don't need to pay for it. I don't need to travel to China by myself to go and get the product. Because I'm already a partner and I'm even a service center, the company delivered to me to my doorstep. So I have a mall where you can come and shop all organic. So that was the catch for me. I never knew that one day I would even be in Cameroon, be to other countries because of Greenleaf. I just wanted to have a mall where people can come and have organic products, because our daily consumables are 100% organic. They are biodegradable and they are environmentally friendly and very affordable. So people started coming to my office, patronizing me, buying my things, sharing with their friends, contacting their loved ones to come to my. That was how the whole thing started. And then I started having patronage even from outside Nigeria. And I did some adverts where I met my lovely friend and his sister today online, because the world is now the shop, not just the physical shop you have. Exactly. The world is now the shop, and most especially in network marketing, you can have partners across the globe. Most especially in Greenleaf, because the system is made so easier that you can have your partners across the globe. So that was how the journey started. And the first trip to Dubai, I qualified with the company. You are asking if I'm rich with the company. I qualified the second trip to China, all expenses paid trip. This company took 50 of us from Nigeria to an all expenses paid trip to China just to see. So we can be rest assured that this company called Greenleaf is not a Ponzi. They have a root. And we went there, and Asia is actually our head office. We have other offices in some Asia and in some part of Europe. But we went there and we were treated. The reception was amazing. It was 5-star. I have been privileged to travel around the world by the help of God, but I have been going on economy. But joining Greenleaf, it has been a different ballgame. Okay. So every year, I have 3 all expenses paid trip. And these days, not just me alone, sometimes because I sign up my family, my loved ones, and some of my relation, my immediate siblings. I signed them up. There are a lot of people today that would have been a responsibility for me. But by the help of this network marketing through this company, they are no longer my responsibility because I sign them up in the system. They take care of themselves in the system.
Okay.
So that is what we are talking about. And 2020, I got a car from this company. 2021, this very year, I've gotten a car from this company. Next year, I'm getting a car. We're already in that car promo. It's not going to be one this time around. It's not going to be two. I may likely get 3 or 4 cars from this company. And I would like to ask, how in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, the car promo has started now in Cameroon. Because we are officially launching Greenleaf.
When you get 3 cars, send me one.
We are officially launching Cameroon this December. So what we are here now, we've started, though, a lot of work is ongoing. So we are going to have the Cameroon country manager here this December in the next 2-3 weeks.
So it's a company that is just coming to Cameroon?
Yeah, we've had a lot of
persons already?
Yes, who are registered already, but we're now going to make it official, where the company himself will be in Cameroon.
Yep, but now, Sherry Grace Mood. Is Grace Mood?
Mohammed.
No, my name is Sherry Grace Diamond Sherry. My name is Grace Sherry Diamond Ahmed. So, but it could be what you have there could be Sherry Grace Ahmed or Sherry Diamond. I don't know.
Yes, but the question is, when it comes to things like that, many persons are very skeptical now.
You're right.
They think twice and.
Yes, you asked this question while we started the interview, right? You were asking about the risk in network marketing. Okay, this is it. If you want to partner with a company who are into network marketing, there are 2 things you should be on the lookout for. Make sure you look out for 2 things. What are their vision and what are the products? Am I communicating? What are the products? Any company without physical products may not stand the test of time. It's like taking from Peter to pay Paul. And that is what the truth of the matter is. We have a lot of Ponzi today in the society in Africa because that is what we want. When you see real business, you call a young Africans to partner with a company with a physical business, they tell you, I don't do stuff like that. All they want to hear is to tell them, bring 1,000 sefa in the morning, and tomorrow evening you are going to make 5,000 sefa. But there is no such platform anywhere that is real, that is genuine, that can stand the test of time. All that, you can call it kalo in Nigeria, like we call it in our normal pidgin language.
Okay.
So if there is product, then there is future.
Okay.
Why is Coca-Cola in existence? Many years. There is product. We have Dangote, right? Dangote is a businessman. He has flour, he has cement, he has so many things.
Sugar.
He has been in existence and he will continue to be. Why? There is product. If you partner with a company with a product, you have nothing
to lose.
Okay.
Because once you partner with Greenleaf, Greenleaf will first give you products for your money, which can also you can use for your to start your business with. When you finish selling, you can continue your business if you want. If you don't want, if you want to go into just the normal network marketing part, you can continue. So the fact that you have been offered a product for your money, the company is not even owing you 1 naira to themselves. So once you partner, the company gives you products.
Okay.
So that ends the pyramid part of it. So the good news we have here that we are telling Cameroonians congratulations on a daily basis since I came in here is that there have not been a company like Greenleaf. In Greenleaf, you can be a sole distributor without introducing anybody.
Yes.
You can go into the normal business like you are going into the importation business without introducing anyone, and you can still become a millionaire in the business.
Okay.
Because the business part has nothing to do with bringing in anyone. All you need to do is to purchase your products at factory price. It's like the company. I say, why do people go to China for importation? Because the cost of production is cheaper. So people want to go to China so that they can come with their product and be able to maximize a very huge robust profit margin. So that is why people travel to China, not really because it's fake. China produce one of the best quality in the world. What you want is what they produce for you. So, and the good news about Greenleaf is that our products are ISO, international standard. They don't have products for Africa differently from Asia or from Europe. It is the same product.
We may have some questions here from those watching us. Good evening. I'm a guy watching from Tico, that's in the southwest region. Can I invest with 30,000 francs?
30,000 francs. Okay, not really. This is a huge business, and every business actually requires capital. And this is not just a normal business. This is an international business. You are partnering with a company with over 4,500 products, which you are going to have access to of any product of your choice. So it's not on a normal thing. If you are to travel to Asia to go and import these products, you will believe that 30,000 CFA will not be enough. But if you are a young man or a young woman out there, if you are an entrepreneur or a CEO or a philanthropist, this is an opportunity for you. Even if you don't have much, if you can afford a cell phone of like 100,000 CFA, even 50,000 CFA, 200,000 CFA, then you should be able to have your business running. If you can afford to pay a house rent of 200,000 CFA, 300,000 CFA and above, you should be able to be part of the business, because the best place to put your money, as far as I'm concerned, is in the business, in investment. Any money you spend out is gone out, and it will never come back to you. The money you pay to your landlord will never come back to you. The money you use in buy your cell phone may never come back to you. The money you use in buy your clothes may never come back to you. But the money you put in the business will answer for you today and tomorrow. And this is intergenerational business. A business you can do today and you can hand over to your loved ones and to your children.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Liu. It's Martin, still writing from Tico, different person. I need a woman in Cameroon's number of our Greenleaf. There is a number, Greenleaf number on the screen.
Like to add this one. You can call this.
Okay, can you just...
For those listening to us and you want to be part of the summit, or you want to be part of the Greenleaf Business Summit taking place tomorrow and on Saturday, we are going to call out number. Just text yes or your name, and we are going to send you reservation code for the summit happening tomorrow and next tomorrow. Just choose the one close to where you live, where you are, and be part of it. It's absolute. For now, it's free. We are not going to collect anything for you to have access to this summit. It's going to be free, and then we have a lot of goodies which we are not going to announce on air, because we don't want people to come just because
of goodies.
Of goodies. So we want people to come because they are serious minded. We want people to come because they are tired of living ordinary. We want people to come because they feel that they are not financially secured. We want people to be part of this business because they have vision to help others. We want people to be part of this business because they have the mind to be able to help the orphans, to be able to sponsor some people to schools. To be able, so that is the business we are launching in Cameroon.
Can we have the numbers?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Liu. So, dear viewers, if you want to be part of this business summit on Friday tomorrow at Somater Hotel, Bali, you call the number MTN 652 22 3654. I call it again, 652 22 3654. And for our Orange consumers, call the number 696 125 852. I take the Orange again, 696 125 852.
Okay. So for those of you who may not have gotten the numbers as read out by Sawasu Mispa, you could still get to me, and I will get you connected to them. Someone says, how much does it cost to get in? I'm in Yaoundé. Will the seminar take place in Yaoundé? Yaoundé. Levi is writing.
We just
tell him to write me up, because we did Yaoundé on Saturday and Sunday.
We even launched our service center
launched
this Sunday.
Yeah, exactly, on Sunday Yaoundé. So get to me, and I'm going to hook you up on the right track. Okay. And for those in Douala, again, venue 2 for Saturday, Hotel du Rai.
Okay.
Hotel du Rai at 1 p.m.
So Somatel tomorrow.
tomorrow.
And Saturday, Hotel
Hotel
Jurai.
Jurai,
Okay.
Bonaberry.
Hi, Mr. Leo. Bonaberry. Hi, Mr. Leo. How can I be a partner with Greenleaf? I'm Joy, writing from Douala, Bonaberry. And how much can I invest into the business? Joy, just get to Hotel Jurai, Bonaberry on Saturday, 1 o'clock, right?
Yes, Joy. Worry not about the price. Just come first, so you know you are investing in a legit business.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Liu. It's Serge from Bonaberry. What qualifies you for a car and a trip abroad? Serge is also in Bonaberry. Serge, can you just attend
the seminar at Hotel Jurai at 1 p.m.
Attend the business summit, and you are going to get details on how you can qualify for all this effortless. Basically, you just have to start first, and then every other thing can just follow. So be there on Saturday or on Friday, which is tomorrow or Saturday. You are going to get details. And why I'm sure a lot of people can actually see our product. This is what we are talking about. If you don't have products, it will be hard for you to be able to maintain the business years to years to years to years. But this is a company that has been in production, has been in this business for 24 years. What does that tell you? It cannot just leave you overnight. If a company has been successful for 24 years and you are partnering with that same company now.
Yeah, but the problem is some persons think that on social media, some things are projected and sold out to persons.
Okay, but
have you been to China to see this company?
Okay, I've discussed that when we just started. This company single-handedly took 50 of us from Nigeria for an all-expenses paid trip, and we've been there twice. We have the videos. We are going to show it to you if possible. You can watch us live in China. You saw as we are in our administrative office, where we are in the warehouses, not just one, not two. So this is a massive company. Chinese governments are very strict with laws, and their citizens abide by them. So if the company is not strong, their government wouldn't have allowed 50 of us to be taken by this same company, because it was the company that it was the government that gave us the approval. There was no, as in, we all went for the interview. There was none of us that was denied, because they felt that a company with a good reputation, a company with a good standard, a company that has been proven over the years is inviting their partners. So we were warmly welcome. So we are not talking about a business that we don't know the foundation, we don't know their origins. We are talking about the business that we have traveled ourselves. We have seen the CEO was part of our launch in Nigeria in 2019 before COVID-19.
Anya is writing from Buea. He says, yes, we know about the car, but that's not our focus. We want to know about the sustainability of the business. Anya, you are in Buea. There was a seminar in Buea yesterday.
Yes. We had a seminar in Buea yesterday, but you can be part of
Douala
tomorrow, because it's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be an event that many people will live to remember.
So, Anya, you may join tomorrow or Saturday out here in Douala. Hello, Mr. Leo. Please try and read my message. Please, it's long. Mr. Leo, good evening. In fact, I love this topic. Please, I need to know how I can be a member.
Where are you? Where is he writing from?
I don't know where he's writing.
So wherever you are listening,
he's writing from
wherever
Kumba.
you are watching, just call this number.
Call the number.
Just text your name, or yes, we are going to send you details. We are going to get back to you, because we are live now. We may not be able to get to speak with you live. So we are going to get back to you once we are done with our live meeting. Just text your name, or yes, or I'm interested in the Global Business Summit, and you'll be part of us tomorrow or Saturday.
Or call the number you see even on the screen, or you call these other numbers: 652-223-654, 652-223-654, and for Orange users, 696-125-852. I take it again: 696-125-852. Permit me, Mr. Liu, let me talk a little bit to our televiewers. Actually, there is a lot to be spoken tomorrow, Friday, and on Saturday. If you have to get something new, something innovative, something that can change your mindset and your methodology, hit us up in the seminar tomorrow at Somate Hotel, or join us on Saturday at Hotel Durai. Let me take this opportunity to give you 1 minute of why I bring this company, why am I bringing this business to our doorsteps. Somebody asked about sustainability. There is sustainability. I have not made 6 months in this company. I saw this company on Facebook, like I told you, through her launch. And when I got into her page and I got interested with 2 questions, like I said before. Are they products? We don't have to be lazy. There is no food for a lazy man. Remember, I've always been telling you this, and the Bible says it. There is no food for a lazy man. God's children have to work hard. We have to work hard. Stop going after proxies. Stop going after mining whatsoever, mining coins or mining whatsoever that you don't see. Those are the businesses that doesn't have sustainability. I know a lot of people watching, you might have approached me with proxy businesses or 1 or 2 I don't adhere to. I like businesses that have sustainable and environmentally friendly products that are daily consumables. Let me tell you, let me shock you, Mr. Liu. Greenleaf Biotech International starts from your kitchen to your bathroom and to your bedroom. Greenleaf Biotech has all toiletries. That is your toothpaste, toothbrush, mouthwash, mouth freshener, everything you take to make your teeth white and clean. Greenleaf has that for you. Go to your bathroom. Greenleaf has all the bathing gels you want to have, all the hair shampoos like mine that you want to use to wash your natural hair. Greenleaf has all the good roll-ons, medical to massage yourself and what it takes. Go to your bedroom. Greenleaf has even good pillows that can give you good comfort. Greenleaf has a lot of medical slippers and a lot more. So I was just interested in consuming this good business and entering into organic products. And that's why I got my products delivered to me through the seaport. I took my products and traveled out of country. I consumed the products. Honestly, for those who know me, I am more slimmer. Maybe Mr. Leo, you can't attest to that. I'm looking more slimmer and sexy and younger, like it's not me. It's Greenleaf products. That's why I decided to bring it to you guys, because not only consuming it, there is ego. There is some sweetness in investing in Greenleaf Biotech.
But some persons, I myself have been approached severally to engage in similar stuff. But yeah, when I get the process, I don't really have time. I get discouraged.
This Greenleaf is for people like you, corporate workers. Let me just go in again. Corporate workers, like she said before, like me, you know I'm busy. I don't have that time to go on the street. But you can do it without any stress. That is to say, either the business side, or you consume, or you refer. You don't need to go to the network marketing aspect of it. People who are network marketers, trained professionals, they can do that aspect. Corporate officers like you, journalists, judges, lawyers, presidents, go in for consumption and referral, you still make your money. So you see?
Okay, in addition to what she had said, I would like to say this. Everything is in the mind.
Okay.
The business today doesn't necessarily mean you must stay there Monday till night. I have been in Cameroon for like 1 week or more than. I came in here last week, Wednesday, and I'm going to be here till on the 14th. My business has been running, but I'm not there. On a daily basis, I have been receiving alerts. I showed to you when we were in the car. I said, you know, this is why I love this business. On a daily basis, I make money. And I'm saying to you, if you have to work or doing anything and you have to wait for 30 good days, and I'm saying here, it's an abuse of living. You spend money on a daily basis. It's suicide. You must have a plan B. Everything is in the mind. It's because our mind has been programmed over the years. Just go to school, go get a job, get a very good, that is, you need a business so that so many things can be taken care of without having high blood. A lot of people are going through a lot of so many health challenges today as a result of what? They were unable to cope with so many things. Apart from God, I'm saying this, money answereth all things. 80 to 90% of human problems can be solved with money. If you don't have money, your children cannot access good school. Exactly. If you don't have good money, you cannot live in a comfortable home. If you don't have money, you can't go on holiday. If you don't have money, you can't even impart life. No matter how good, no matter how good your intention is. Some person will see you as a wicked person because you'll be seeing them suffering. Okay. You'll be seeing them hungry. They were unable to do anything to them. Okay. You are unable to do anything. So business is the way. Have you ever seen salary earner among the richest people in the world or in Africa? It's only business people or network marketers. So this is the more reason why you need to create time. Everything you want to achieve on earth, you must create time for it. And I started by saying success can never lower its standard. It has to be built, but you must start it. If you don't start it, if you don't start something now, you see whatever you are complaining of today, I'm not wishing anyone bad, but this is a reality. May it not be so, but your children may even complain worse if you don't leave a good legacy for them. Only business you can do and leave behind for your children if you're no longer there. Nobody can inherit your job. Okay. Can your child inherit your job no matter how good you are? Okay. No.
Hello to you all. I'm Nadieh Besem, writing from Mamfe, that's in the Southwest Region, Manu Division. And I'm very interested. So how do I get the products? Because I can't come to Douala. It's true, Mamfe.
Okay, Besem, just call me. Call me or text me.
The best bet is just text. Just one text message, she's going to get your contact and will be able to reach out to you, supply you whatever you want from her service center or the nearest service center to you. So she's going to have a way of linking you up, but she will need your contact. You can only do that by simply texting to the number she has displayed or the number she's going to call out there. Okay. And for those that will be attending our seminar tomorrow, at least the first 50 to 70 people that will be coming, I may have a surprise for them. Okay, you have because for them. This is my first time coming here for this business, so I'm ready to encourage a lot of persons, but that is not what, don't come because of free gifts or free whatever. I want you to come because you are tired of the ordinary. I want you to come because you want a certain phase of your life to change. You want to be financially secure. Okay. I want you to come because you want to start a new business that you can call your own. If you don't have a business you can call your own, with the current economy we have all over Africa, something is wrong somewhere and you need to correct it fast.
Can I read some messages?
Yeah, thank you.
Businesswoman. Okay. When are you guys hosting a seminar in Mamfe? Relindis is writing from Mamfe. Relindis, I'll just advise you call Barrister.
Relindis, you are going to host us in Mamfe.
That means you can start the business there and then you'll
be a pioneer in Mamfe. You are going to
we are new and we are looking for pioneer leaders, top leaders. Are you a networker?
Everywhere in Cameroon.
Yes. For those who are networkers, probably you've been somewhere where you walk like elephant and you eat like an ant. This is here, we call Greenleaf a new oil well. So you need to be part of this business because we have a lot. Our product is one of the best products you can get out there. Not just that, they are very affordable. There are many companies out there actually with products, but their members, their partners couldn't even afford their products. But in Greenleaf, 100% guarantee outside, you'll be able to have access to the product. Yes, thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Leo. What about people in Bamenda?
Yeah, in Bamenda, just hook up to the contacts and I'm going to put you in track. You are going to be a pioneer in Bamenda. Okay.
Emmanuel writing from Mamfe again. Madam Grace, I want to join your company. Can I work online with Greenleaf?
Yes. Yes. Okay, let me tell you a good testimony in case you were not listening to Barrister. I gave in contact with Barrister for the first time online on Facebook. I did advert of my products and then she saw it. She joined my WhatsApp link. We met for the first time last week after she has invested millions in the business. We met for the first time last week when I came in here to also launch her product, her service center, and as well to inform Cameroonians that we are officially launching in this December. We'll be here to do something mega from next month, which I've already started already. We met for the first time. So this young pretty lady came in contact with me on Facebook. And then we discussed. She said, do you really have this product? I said, yeah. That was the first question I asked when I partnered with the company. Do they really have this product? And they told me yes. And right now, we have all the products in Nigeria.
We're out of time, yeah?
Okay, so and then she said, okay, she partnered. She first of all signed herself, signed 2 other people. Before you could even say praise the Lord, she signed herself, signed the people she wants to assist already. Not her anymore. Sometimes people sign themselves and re-register themselves for their first 2 legs.
Okay.
But that is how it started. She got the product, she fell in love with it, and she said, you know what, I want to become a service center.
Okay.
And she became a service center by paying to be a stockist is in millions, which she did. And we have launched our office in Yaoundé, and we are here now for to do a lot of stuff in Douala. So anybody can be anything you want to be with Greenleaf. All you need to do, please don't hear this and think one of those is one of those. Everything you are seeing on the screen are our products.
Okay. Please, Mr. Liu, I would like the madam to visit our radio station in Limbe to talk on the business to the people of Limbe. You guys were in Limbe today?
Today? Yes, we are in Limbe today.
Were in Limbe.
We are coming back again.
We are coming back.
2nd week of December.
Okay.
So please
but
just send me a message.
Send a text message to the number. She's going to call the number again. Make sure you have the number correctly and text us your number. We are going to contact you.
Hi, Mr. Leo. How can I be a partner with Greenleaf? I'm Joy. Okay, how much can I invest into the business? Okay, can you? Says it's Joy again. At what time is the seminar? The seminar is
at 1 p.m. Joy at Somate Hotel Bali, 1 p.m. Tomorrow, Friday, and on Saturday, Hotel Jurai, 1 p.m. Come because the seminar will last for like 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Just 2 hours.
You get a lot to do on how to invest millions and get a reward.
Including sanitary pads, including all.
Good day, madam. I am interested in the business. Just call the number on the screen. There's a Greenleaf number on the screen. Just call. We are going to tell you what to do. Hello, Mr. Liu. I'm called Clinton from Santosh. So I'm Jetty. I don't know how. Hello, I'm called Clinton from
Sancho.
Maybe Sancho.
Yes,
okay,
Sancho.
in the West region. I'd like to be a member. If you want to be a member, please just call the numbers on your screen, or you call me. I'll get you connected to them. Hello, I'm Kate. I'm in Bamenda. I don't know how I will get it. In Bamenda, Kate, you could become the pioneer in Bamenda. Just get to us who tell you what to do to get connected. Good evening to everyone. How can I see you, madam? I'm in Tico. I'm Sandrine. If you are in Tico, you can just come to Douala tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Somatel Hotel in Bali, and then Saturday, Hotel Jurai, still 1 p.m. in Bonaberi there. Good evening. I'm Mr. Leo. I'm interested. I'm in Limbe. Elmin, writing from Limbe. Good evening to you, Elmin. Just call us and you get connected. This is Kingsley from Eden Radio Limbe. We need madam to visit our radio for sensitization of the people in Limbe. Okay, Kingsley, certainly you have madam's number there on the screen. You can get to her. Good evening, please. When are you coming to Limbe? Grace Patrick, they were in Limbe today already.
We're in Limbe today and we'll come back again.
They are going to be coming back to Limbe. When they're coming back, we're going to announce it.
But you can start before we are coming back.
Yeah.
So you can see, they can
people are already, yes, people are already partnering. The best bet, please, I'm pleading with you or our partners, our leaders, and all you need to do, text yes to this very number you have on the screen. She's going to call the number. The barrister is going to call the number out again. Just text yes so that we can have your contact and we'll always give you information what we are doing. But we have WhatsApp group. We are going to even add you there. Just text your WhatsApp number. We are going to give you a lot of information.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Leo. Can we have Greenleaf in Ekondo Titi? Yes, very possible.
Very, very.
Just call the number and you are going to make a pioneer in Ekondo Titi. Hello, yes. Mr. Leo. I'm in the north, Derek from Gaundere. Yes, Derek, just call the number and you're going to be directed. It's Atanga from Yaoundé. Can there be another meeting in Yaoundé? Just call the number. The barrister lives in Yaoundé, so you can meet her one-on-one. Good evening to you in the studio. How do you make money by consuming products? Call the numbers. You're going to be told how to do that. Good evening, Mr. Liu. When are they coming to Bamenda? Thanks. Honorine writing from Bamenda. Can you just call the numbers? Greetings, sir. Please, is it having a branch in Limbe? I mean Greenleaf. Thanks. Yes, just call the numbers. Good evening, Mr. Liu. I'm Severin from Buea. Please, when will the company be coming to Buea? They were in Buea yesterday. Just call the number. Hello, Mr. Leo. Good evening. I'm Paul from Bamenda. When are they coming to Bamenda? Call the number, please.
It's the same, almost the same question. And like I said, this is the best. All you need to do, just text your number or your name. We will be able to reach out to you. If everybody should be calling now, we may not even be able to get hook up with you, because someone else's call will counter yours, or yours will counter someone, because if a phone is ringing, you will not be able to access the person, isn't it? So the best bet